Nagaland government or government of Nagaland. Itu divisi government nasi to, pura nai. Narendra Modi is talking so much against corruption, minus Nagaland. What? I'm in the house, so I'm part of the responsibility. I have to bear it. Your sin, I have to bear it, like Jesus Christ.
Hello viewers, Global Window de apuni kan sob ke swagat kuri ase. Ami kan sob dekhi ase etia Nagaland laga charcha, election laga hawa pani shuru hoise. Aji ami kan logote yate 4 time undefeated 28 Koridang constituency Mokokchung district pra. Etia aha laga election jitile 5th time hobo. Tai dukun ase gule. He has served in the capacity of Naga Student Federation as General Secretary. Nagaland laga politics te party worker, congressman, bishi diri thakishe. Inia korina tai Naga politics te kusishe aro kwa nishina. 4 bar tai undefeated itia tak bohikina ase. Ladies and gentlemen, ami kan logoti yade Shri Imkong Imchen. Aji ami kan logoti yade ahina ase. Sir, apuni time dia karone Global Window ke bishi khushi pai ase.
Thank you.
Sir, ani apuni ke straight away question ekta hodibu mon jado. Out of the elected 60 legislatures, apuni first legislature ase MLA resignation dia from the 13 legislative assembly. Sir, why is it so?
As a matter of fact, this is not the first time. 2008 also I resigned because I have to contest from ENPO. Therefore, as an independent member, I have to resign from the House on the eve of the election. And this time also, I wanted to contest from the BJP party. And therefore, first I thought that since the election has been announced by the Election Commission of India, and then House is under prorocation by the Honorable Speaker and also Siritai. So, constitutionally, the mandate of the people for 5 years expires on such date that the election assembly has been completed. But according to the election manual, our present House, 13th House, has to go till 12 March 2023. So I thought that I should better resign from the membership of the House so as to make clear of my mind as well as everybody's mind. So I resigned.
Okay, sir. 2003 de apuni contest kurishe independent candidate. GTshe minister school education paise. Enia guna apuni NPF party ra apuni contest kurishe GTshe minister home bi luishe sir. Enika guna apuni 4th time GT kinaise. So apuni sir BJP laga ticket para itu aha election 2023 contest kuro laga determination do apni ki karone do BJP laga ticket to logoli laga sir apni la.
On the very first place, I admire and then endorse the leadership dynamics exhibited by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. Of course, passing on the philosophy and then the principles of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The leadership is good, number one. Number two, during the last 2 tenures of Prime Minister Modi ji's as a Prime Minister, there was not a voice in both houses of Parliament about the allegation of corruption against Narendra Modi, nor any BJP government in the country. And therefore, I thought that the mechanism and then administrative dynamics of the BJP party under the leadership of Narendra Modi is doing good for the people. And therefore, well, of course, which is absolutely contrary to the incumbent government in the state of Nagaland. Therefore, I feel myself suffocated to be with that conglomeration. And then finally, I took a firm decision that I should join the BJP party and serve the better and then make my services available for them.
So, sir, Amikan itia huni pai ase. Itu sal laga election apani laga constituency 28 Koridang constituency de ekta young dynamic army major ekta apani laga opor de ahibole ase aro apani logot contest koribo huni pai ase. Meantime apani BJP laga ticket opt kori ase. Holebi the other side apani laga opponent be BJP laga ticket seek kori ase huni ase. So, sir, how confident you are that the BJP government will give you the ticket?
Many people may be seeking party ticket, BJP party ticket. That means the party itself is a popular. So no harm.
Okay.
No harm. I'm also seeking BJP party ticket. So that's all in the camp. So there's no harm. And then the contact of politics depends upon how you navigate the politics. Your constituency segments geopolitics, and then and it's a dimension of the dynamics. You have to navigate properly so that your constituency is not, nor does not keep in the dark from the society, means society. But that's okay. I should be, I'm very confident that I should be elected this time also with the grace of God. There is no doubt in my mind that I should not return.
Okay. That means, sir, itia apani fourth time apani jiti she. So, sir, apani la constituency 28 Koridang de apani la voters electorates kan. Aro constituency de apani, sir, development Kiman area sectors dishe, and you have served in the capacity of the government as the minister. So, sir, itu lagabi alop apani koi dibo, sir?
Well, I don't want to blow my own trumpet. I should not claim everything that I have done, everything by me or nor myself. Yes, I have. I had the privilege of serving under Nifurio and 3 consecutive terms, looking after different departments. I think altogether I counted, it was 13 departments in the state. Some of them were 2 times. I thought I have delivered something good to the people of my constituency. But my way of politics is, it is not that, even though I represent a certain or particular constituency segment, once I become a minister, I represent all the 60 constituency segment. And therefore, my focus always on the 60 constituency, not necessarily only in my own constituency. So that is the wavelength I have navigated all along. And during the last, this present house, 5 years, I thought as a senior member of the house, I should not be digging grave nor making botheration to anybody unless there is a policy matters. Sitting in the opposition should also be taken as an opportunity to serve the people, because the House functions through organs, treasury bench and then the opposition bench. Both are part of the government. Both serve the people equally in their own capacities. One should correct each other, and then putting things in the right perspective should be the spirit in public life, and it's a service. So I thought that I should not be making too much noises in the house unnecessarily. So I decided that no, unless there is a policy matter, I should not be talking too much in the house. So I keep silent most of the time. I keep silent throughout the 5 years, and I have no regret about it.
Okay. But sir, ita yadi huti umun takado. The previous government, the Rio government, late government.
Previous or incumbent government?
Yeah, I mean the incumbent government. Yeah, sir, the incumbent government to Rio late government dakan election 2018 dakan naka slogan da kishe election for solution. Kona aise sal khotom hoi jay ase to solution do hanai. Aro apni kan oppositionless punabo kona oppositionless punashe apni kan sub 60 elected legislators sub join Croatia or UTA government form Croatia, but prospect of solution was not seen from both the sides. Negotiating part hobi, political American government side prabi hobi, ko alak to pane. Aro itia election jawuli la announcement to hui jase election commission. But 27 is the given date February. Aro sir, so young people, the young educated people in Nagaland, we have more than lakhs. Aro sir, era change hua ase. The frustrations, public law frustrations dikhe ase. So sir, do you think that the government has been faithful throughout the year to the people of Nagaland?
Well, over the years, all the political parties used to mention in their party manifesto about the Naga political issue. And we did mention so also all the other parties. But these are easier said than done. Naga society is one of the most fragmented, divided society. And I assisted our own Naga people as overcritical people. That means we may not be properly educated. Because when I was looking up the student development, there were few people who came to me claiming that they are Naga educated unemployed association or something like that. So I got a shock. Educated unemployed? I put the question back to them. They said yes. Then I put them again. How can an educated man can be unemployed? An educated man cannot be unemployed. And that is inconceivable, I said. He said, government is not providing jobs. No. Let us not throw blame on the government. You are an educated person. Educated in which field? Educated in which manner? How you are educated? Educated men, educated persons are the most businessmen in this world. And therefore, educated man cannot be unemployed. He is rather underemployed. So he is wanted everywhere. And then 24 hours in a day, he could not demand because he is demanded everywhere. So these are the utilities and functions of educated man. So I think you are too much generalizing instead of particularizing. That's what I have told them. An educated man cannot be unemployed. Educated means you are educated. Now, see, you may be having an academic degree of graduate or postgraduate or whatever. But how about your practical in the field? Are you really qualified? Are you really a fit and dignified person to be a postgraduate? Are you well equipped with the social various other theories and then the practical perspectives of human society, human life. These are the dimensions of education quality. Now, if you cannot manage your own self, then you are not the educated man. If you cannot manage yourself, you are not educated man. That is my concept of education. And then, yes, government of the day, or for that matter, government of that given day, is for the people, by the people, of the people. And therefore, that is the definition given by Abraham Lincoln. So, government of the day, on that given period, should also be attentive to the plight of the people, need of the people. If they are not sincere and then committed to the people's cause, then there will be a wide schism. There will be a wide schism between the demand and supply. Not necessarily on the economic theory, but the political dimension, demand and supply. And therefore, as a political leader, you are required to know the volume of demand from the public and the volume of supply. You have the capacity. That should be properly equalized and then visualize and put it into practice. In the house, I think I was the most vocal member, and it has been quite for some time now. Not necessarily only in this 13 house, even in the 14, 12, 11 house also, I was talking this word: equitable distribution of development. Equitable distribution of development, and then I believe that. Even this ENPO issue is mostly an economic plight, economic discrimination, or whatever you call it. But it is an economic issue. Proper policy casting and the people's elected representatives. You see, sometimes I get myself annoyed. Some of them I have heard talking about, we were never given chief ministership. One should know that chief minister is not a lump sum thing. It is not a reward. It is earned. You have to leader up a political party, and your party should secure majority in the house, whether you are backward or advanced or whatever. If your party secure majority, you will become chief minister. It is not a reward. It is earned. When if you wanted to live for Lok Sabha in the 12th house, we thought that Mr. Noki, being from the Konyak tribe, and then of course academically Konyaks may not be that advanced, but technologically they are about 100 years advanced than most of the Nagas.
Yes.
And then Mr. Noki happened to be one of the most experienced and senior member of the house, holding different departments as in the capacity of ministers. So I thought that it would be a good material for Naga people to have a chief minister like him. We supported him. He went to be the ENPO area. But most of the 20 MLAs from ENPO area supported TRS. Now ENPO people are talking that we were never chief ministership. What is that anyway? One should check the facts and figures and inspect accurately. So like that, I'm not hesitant to speak the truth. I want to face the truth. If somebody disagrees with me, he is welcome to correct me. But I love to speak the truth, the bitter truth.
So, sir, I'll just continue.
Now, 20 MLS. Over the years, what you are doing? What you are doing? What you are doing? Are you mindful of your own constituency? It cannot be thrown blame only on the one side. It cannot be one-sided judgment. So 20 MLAs and 40 MLAs should be equally accountable on the backslidness or the backwardness or whatever you call it of the ENPO area. We are grateful. We are grateful that this thing should come to pass among us. And we segregation, and the fragmentation of this tiny state of Nagaland will not be in the interest of everybody. Some people were talking about ENPO 1 Union Territory, President Nagaland 1 Union Territory, South Naga 1 Union Territory. Do you want to make Union Territory into 20 Union Territory by dividing one state? Fragmentation of Northeast India. How does it manifest the mainland India? Fragmentation of balkanization of Nagaland. How does it benefit Indian mainland politics or economy or whatever you call it? So I don't agree. Fragmentation. Such kind of policy posture on the part of the government of India should be cleaned out. And then Nagaland happened to locate in the international boundary, which is a little bit sensitive as far as international perspectives are concerned. And therefore, we need an economically strong state here in the Northeast. Actually, the whole Northeast should be taken as an economic entity. According to my concept, it should be taken as one economic entity, not necessarily in the form of President Inisi nor donor. It is also only a bureaucratic exercise, not based on political reality. So equitable distribution of development is not prevailing even in the NEC nor in the donor ministry, even now. So in Nagaland. So I am for equitable distribution of development. So even though I was only a mere MLA, or I was only a single MLA, I thought that it is imperative in my part to speak out for the common cause of the Nagas as a equitable distribution of the, so that we are not faced with tragedy tomorrow. It is not balanced. The present development in Nagaland is not balanced. And there is no place for economic equitable distribution. It is not balanced at all. It is not balanced. Everybody is talking like that. So as a legislature, I must also say, and then I have been serving in the NGOs throughout my life, in various capacities, over the years. Only then I joined the political party as a Congress worker. Like that I came. So I know the currency of our state. And therefore, I'm not happy.
Election for solution solution done. To apuni ekta veteran politician ase sir. Naga manu laga itu solution. Itu mang political party national workers kan rukhi thaka. Aro public concept itu solution ai boli laga rokha laga mang opor sir. Solution do apuni ki korili solution ai boni china no noile kutti kalti usi do lap koi dibi sir.
Yes, Mr. Ramata said like that. It's 2017, I think, on the eve of 18 election. Whether he was having the mandate of the party or not, that I do not know. But he said so. To me, there was a good commitment. And then besides that, the Prime Minister was a witness to the framework agreement or so many other agreements. Now, to me, Government of India has opened its book. You pick up. We're opening. Let us look at the attitude of the Nagas. What we are asking. If you see, it is not possible. Even though I asked it from you, I should understand your position and respect your position. Okay. Even though I want it, he said it is not possible. Then what should be my alternative? I don't want to throw blame on this regard to interrupt the party. Both are equally wrong. We should know how to play flexible diplomacy. In the world of diplomacy, there is always an element of give and take. Unless I advocate, Sangam, you take this portion, let me take this portion. A part of my right, I have to surrender to you, so that you also part of your right surrender to me. Give and take. If you look only on the rigidity angle and then the arrogancy, then you are indicating that you are heading for trouble. Purposely you are heading for trouble. That is your indication. But in the spirit of accommodation, one should approach. Then in the spirit of accommodation, there is always a solution. That is one aspect. Another aspect is the state government cannot escape from its responsibility. In the present, given the topic, we also have claimed that we are a facilitator on the political issue. I was a member of the core committee. I'm sorry to say that there was not a single meeting, single occasion, where we came across any substantive issue in our core committee, so-called core committee meeting. And after a core committee meeting, 2-3 of them will go to Delhi and then you'll talk blah blah thing. I don't know what you were talking, we do not know, we never know. And then they came in and told us some stories. Naga problem remains the same. Why? What is your role of facilitator? How far does you achieve? How much breakthrough you have met? Facilitator means if there is any obstacle on the part of government of India, we are there to facilitate. Right. On the part of the Naga, if there is any obstacle, any difficulty, we are there to facilitate. To each other, even though we are not party to the negotiation. And we cannot be a party to the negotiation. We shall not be a party to the negotiation, even tomorrow. But as a facilitator, a trustworthy, we have to be a trustworthy facilitator. Right. And that is my concept of politics. There I don't agree.
So, sir, ito lagado, aboni bi
there I don't agree.
Equally responsible.
I see, I am also equally, right. I am a member of the House.
Yes.
I am also equally, even though I don't agree. I am in the House. Yes. So I am part of the responsibility. I have to bear it. Yeah. Your sin, I have to bear it. Right. Like Jesus Christ.
Aboni election de contest korikina ajida khara nai. 4th time hoye ase. Aru the 4th time hoye ase stories bishi ase. Ami kan Nagaland laga state with 19 lakhs population. Government sir itia state to deficit ti chuli ase. Itia dak recover hoa nai. So you as a veteran politician sir, itu Nagaland state deficit cha laga di sir ami kan laga drawbacks bhi bishi hoye ase. Ami kan Nagaland develop to hoye ase ko ase will be sir practically ami kan sali development eku nai. Then infrastructures nai alak stagnant multi-utility sports complex tangor ekta ede DC court punai since 2006 itia da complete hoa nai sir. Kun brabi itu la opor answer dibu mon nai. Sir industry ekta sali industry ekta bhi nai. But we have an advisor for industry and commerce. So, sir, ito lang opinion abuni ki ko ase.
Nagaland government or government of Nagaland, ito to deficit government ase to. Huna nai.
That is why I'm asking.
Government of deficit by the deficit people. For hungry people. So, it's a government of deficit. Deficit in every aspect. Trust, economy, financial management, and administrative management. All those things. According to my estimate, the fund allocation made by the government of India under different Churchill hat was quite good, but utilization portion, I think our government, not necessarily only the politicians, but the bureaucrats also included, the management. Down the line, something serious is wrong. Therefore, budgetary allocations were made on the papers. The operational aspect was done in the year. Money thrown in the ground. So nothing is done in the reality. So we suffer. So it comes back to management. For example, I'm told that there is a complete ban on appointment of third or fourth grade and so on and so forth. Then the government salaries are mostly met its expenditure from the non-planned bolt. So banning up this appointment, even this the posts already created were not filled up. So sanction post though?
Yes.
Sanction post appointment were not met. So there has to be a saving out of such banning of post appointment. It was never reflected in any of the budget paper how much the government has saved out of this ban on appointment. While talking with the planning commission, we talk about the planned and non-planned expenditure. And then planning commission is selling on the expenditure and the non-planned and so on and so forth. Then if you have banned appointment, even on the sanction pause, then there should be a accumulation of saving, which should be reflected in the budget papers in this house and converted into a public welfare fund. But it was never reflected in any of the budget papers. Till today, I am talking besides the CNH report of the House, Financial Management. And Comptroller and Auditor General report of India is a statutory party duly mandated by the Constitution of India. So they are the mandated authorized government auditing authority. The CNH report finding should be duly followed up by the executive action of the incumbent government. Any response? No, nothing? Till today. And therefore, naturally, your budget deficit will run into an unimaginable factor because this management, financial control, discipline is not known to the Nagas. And government of India is just giving a blind eye in this front. I'm sorry about that. But it is a matter of fact. Narendra Modi is talking so much against corruption, minus Nagaland. Why? Minus Nagaland, whole of India. Corruption is not tolerated, but Nagaland is exempted. Why? These are the questions I too have difficult to find answer. So my question will answer your question, I think.
Okay. Sir, ini apuni ke ni last question ekta. Apuni ko anisna idea apuni ini frankly pishi koishe aro viewers kan be pishi chani bole paise pishi khushi paise holebi itu sal 2023 election Nagaland assembly election do apuni BJP party join kora kali ami kan dekhishe aro ticket BJP la ticket pra apuni contest koribo koise. So sir apuni BJP laga ticket pai kena contest korna jitile apuni Naga manu khan ke for the people of Nagaland apuni ki assurance diye sir.
No. I think apnar laga question do all of complex as it is. One means sure no either. If I'm a chief ministerial candidate, then I can answer such question. But I'm only a member of the team.
Yes.
And then the present arrangement they have is BGP NTBP coalition government shall be continued. So I have to play my card within that disciplinary roles. And I don't think I can play any peculiar role which will be contrary to the common minimum program.
That's what.
And therefore, even though you may be having a brighter idea or better idea, you are being limited by such constraint. So I'm, of course, winning up election, I'm quite confident because I know the grace of God is with me. So I no reason why I should not win this time also. I will win, but it's a team matter, teamwork, collective action. So it has to be collective behavior. So if the chief minister so decide and lead us, it will be good. But only by a single individual, the talking will not help much. And then because of the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India, freedom of speech and liberty of the honorable members are hugely curtailed. So you have to function and then play your cards within that arena only. So you have to be within the ambit of the anti-defamation law. So even to Supreme Court last year, Supreme Court has given certain relief, right to dissent, but it has its own limit. So anti-defamation law is good, but it has its own constraint also. So like that, things are there.
Okay. Sir, any apuni global window ke time digina, apuni laga experience Nagaland Legislative Assembly de 4 bar apni phui thakina idu assembly de experience kura laga public khan ke viewers khan ke apni laga moon de thaka idu sob khulina kwa garni bishi thanks aro apni tia kwa nishina Narendra Modi ji laga confidence tai laga leadership admiration aro tai laga party leadership de phal dikhina apni to BJP party de join kura laga apni frank opinion dia garni sir bishi kushi ase aro apni confidently kushi this time bi apni 5th time do arbi apni jiti gina ahibo ko laga khota huni gina amen kushi paise. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. And then one more word. I appreciate, literally I appreciate the procurement policies of the BJP under the dynamic leadership of Narendra Modi. That is my basic.
Okay.
That is my basic. And I hope to serve all people with that understanding in a better way. May God bless you all. Thank you.
To apni kan dikhishe hunishe, that was Imkong Imchen MLA aro 4-time undefeated Nagaland laga politics de ekta veteran politician ekta aro tai laga opinion papana mundi thaka bishi koise apni kan huni paise aro Naga solutions laga ki laga problem bra ami kan itia tak solution na pai itu laga bi tai laga opinion koise aro tai party BJP party de tai join kura do dusra bar noy hole bi Narendra Modi prime minister tai laga lead dynamic leadership aro takan laga BJP laga leadership aro takan laga corruption free thaka laga government laga lead kurina ja laga opor de tai khushi pabra tai tu BJP de tai join kurishi guna apni kan huni paise. To viewers kan itia Nagaland de political hawa bishi jai ase itu nishina interview aro alak interviews kan apni kan ke dikhai thakibo. So for more updates keep watching Global Window.